Welcome to my house. I am Frumpy Buckle, and you are fishing with Uncle Buck. Today's topic, not a nice one. Nobody wants to be in this situation, but it happens. So we need a way out of it. Basically, we're broke. Now what do we do? How do we make money to get through the game, to get to the lakes? No matter how we got broke, whether we made it to Emerald Lake and we decided to rent that boat for a day or two, it doesn't matter. Whether we got our poles, we bought too many poles too quick, whatever the case may be. This video I'm going to put together a short one. Basically we're going to go farm Lone Star Lake. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're not going to do it. It's a grind. You're there now. You can't go anywhere. You got to put the time in. You got to put the grind in. So with that, we're going to get started here. We're going to talk about what you can do. Now, you're broke. Bait. You got to spend a little. You got to have a couple of. Now, the red worms, we all know that we can get red worms for free. Red worms work very well. And from my first video, Lone Star Lake, that exploration #1, we caught everything on red worms. Everything down there. So you can catch everything that you need on red worms except for the catfish. Now the catfish, you gotta spend the $170. You need at least 10 of these to get started. So you figure 10 catfish at about $40 a fish. If you get 10 of them out of this, that's $400 and you only spend 170. Good money. It's a slow grind, like I said. So you want to grab yourself some small cut bait. I'm not sure if I have any left in my backpack, so we're just going to go ahead and grab them to make sure that we have them before we go over there. Semolina balls are nice for the smallmouth buffaloes, but you know, you got to be to level 11. They are 130. They're not a versatile bait. You do get 50 of them. I mean, that's another one that's good for their money. But if you can afford that, go ahead and grab 50 of those too. I think I'm out of those, so I'll go ahead and grab them myself. And we're going to head over to the lake, and I'm going to explain the process that you got to do in order to make your money back, and you get back in this game, and you'll be happy again. So let's go on over to Lone Star. And if you don't have the unlimited license, the advanced license, don't worry, you don't need it to farm, and I'm gonna show you the technique for that. All right, so let's go on over. Let's get to Lone Star. We're on the right lake, yes. All right, we're here. Where we first want to go in is over here at Swampy Exploration. So let's go in there. All right, we're here at Lone Star. We're at the Swampy Exploration. The first thing that we want to do, as you do every day, even if you don't fish here, you come here because it doesn't cost nothing. Oh, I was already here again. I've been fishing this a lot just to make sure everything went right for us. All right, so anyway, you come here because you're going to be your first trip. You grab those free red worms. So now you got 25 red worms. So now we're going to start off. First thing you want to do is just come over here, and we're going to hit a bunch of holes. All right, let's take a look at our peaks at this point. So we've got a small peak right here. Now, when you're farming, you don't want this lake. It's not like the bigger lakes where you're only going to worry about going peak to peak to peak to peak. You need, because you have no money, you need to fish every bit of the day. Through the downfalls, through the upfalls. It costs money to extend. Remember that. All right, so and this process, you can do it. You can do it this way. All right, so we're going to go back in, and we're on the bridge. Now, if you use your ultralight and you have that spoon, you should still have that spoon in there. This is good because you can catch multiple fish over and over and over and over and over again on the spoon, and you don't have to keep buying them. Now, if you get them lost, or then that's another story. But so again, that's cheap. You can farm fish in here. So what we want to do is we're always going after the bass and the grass pickerel with the red and white daredevil. So you come over in here and you can hit these all the time. And you just want to hit these spots over here on this side. And you will catch bass, the spotted bass, and the pickerel over here. So what I normally do is I start the morning off here and I grab as many spotted bass and as many pickerel that I can get out of here. And we start them off. There's 45 bucks. All right, so you just keep hammering this. You sit here and you take 1 or 2 or 3 out of here. As soon as the bite slows down, you move. Don't stay in any one spot a long time. So you're going to hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here. Hit every one of these just quickly. Throw them in there, and you will catch fish on this spoon. What you want to do is you hit these holes and grab these bass and the grass pickerel. That doesn't get us any money there now, does it? That was a dud. I usually go through all of the... There we go. And another grass pickerel. Alright, so that's one spot. Alright, let me get out of the way here. Let's run over here. And it should be, where is that spot? Right here. Come down through here, hit this first one. Again. Right through these lily pads. There we go. And that's a nice bass. All right. Now you can grab 3 or 4 out of this hole too. Right in here. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Not there's one other spot down there. It's a lot of weeds. You can grab some stuff out of there, but it's going to take you a little more time. But anyway, you hit this guy right here. Hit it up for 3 or 4 fish, 5. I mean, if they keep hitting, stay. The minute the bite slows down, get out of there. All right, then we're going to just keep running down here, and we're going to hit all the lily pad areas. So you come right down here, get yourself right here on this spot here, So you can throw right across the front of these lily pads here. There he is. There he is. Okay, so like I said, hit that hole for a couple of shots. You'll get some fish out of there. You move on down here. Now, just because you fished that doesn't mean there ain't something else in there. So, hit it again. Bring this one down through the middle. Come on, you're in there. Look at that tasty little morsel that you want. And he said, no, not today. Nope. All right, and we moved on. Down here. Now this one here, you got quite a bit of different lily pads in the area. I found if you just stay in this inside the circle a little bit here, hit a couple of these lily pads around the edges. And you will catch bass here. Be patient. Yep. We got ourselves a snag. This is what I kind of do when you have a smaller peak in the morning and the bigger peak is in the afternoon. I fish around the lake, these spots, and stay on them and just keep moving and hitting your spots. You will pull the pickerel out of here. You will pull the bass out of here. It's a slow grind. There it is. All right, another grass pickerel. So hit that spot all around her. You can stay here for 15, 20 minutes. and you will get fish. And you just keep working your way down these lily pads here, working these spots, and get yourself in between them. Drag that thing through these lily pads. Listen to the crickets sing, the rattle of a dog chain. Listen to the southbound breeze just creeping through the trees and the creak of the weather vane. Sitting in my lawn chair, sitting up a little prayer. I need some answers tonight. Turn my troubles down low, Lord, soothe my soul. One more time with the backyard lullaby. Oh, we missed him. But, and you can catch them right in here when you're pulling them in. Don't give up just because you get to that point right there. Don't think that the fight is over. Never give up the fight all the way in. I've had them hit right here, right along here. I think we got ourselves a snag on that one, but we'll drag it through and see if we can get it to drop down in there. See if there's one down in there. Nope. All right, let's move on. Like I said, hit them spots. Now down here, you come down here. Now you don't want to get too close to those reeds. You want to stand back a little bit here, and then you drag through across the front. Listen to the crickets sing, the rattle of a dog chain. Listen to the southbound breeze just creeping through the trees and the creak of the weather vane. Sitting in my lawn chair, sitting up a little prayer. I need some answers tonight. Turn my troubles down low, Lord, soothe my soul. One more time with the backyard lullaby. Okay, so you want to work your way down across this lake, starting from up here in the Swampy Exploration. You work your way down, hitting all these lily pads all along here. And you will catch bass. You will catch those grouse pickerel. And time it so that you can fish down it, because what you want to basically do is get to the honey hole right at the peak. Now, if the peak's first thing in the morning, start at the honey hole. Then, and when your peak dies off, then move back, and you can actually, because our honey hole is right over here. So if you started here, worked it through the first peak, then you can just walk the lake this way, all the way back up, hitting all these lily pads, and you come up back to the bridge, hit that bridge, hit those pads over there, and get 7, 8, 9 fish out of there, a couple out of here, a couple out of here. So we're gonna walk over now. We're right down here fishing at the moment, so we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up here. Get me out of the way for a little bit while we walk over there. Nope. Let's get rid of my poles so I don't catch on anything. All right. Remember how we get to the honey hole? The fence is lower here, so you can fish anywhere along here. You want to go to the fence changes. Bingo. Right there. So I'm going to set up shop right here. Remember, you can use a rod stand here. Get out there as far as we can, set them down. All right, so at this point, it's red worms. So you hit that. We're right there. It's got our rod stand in. This is that hole. And this is where we're going to fish. This is a catfish hole. And you can you can see the coordinates. Oop, now my mouse is moving. Let's go ahead and pull it up. There you go. Negative 25.63 minus 9.06. You can put yourself a flag in there or pull your map up and decide where you want to put your flag. All right, so there we've got our red worms, and we basically just hit that hole. See, we got some red worms on another pole here. Hit that hole. And you farm. Now, the red worms, these are going to, basically we're going after the smallmouth buffalo. I forgot to do this. Let's just, for time's sake, let's go back. We're going to have to pull that guy up out of there. Let's take our other pole. Bring him in real quick. Well, this is my bottom rod. For the catfish, the small cut bait. Okay. All right, like I said, small cut bait. That's what you're gonna hit these catfish with. Alrighty, let's take a little breather and grab one of these critters. Alrighty, we're back. I went ahead and fast forwarded to the peak at 6 o'clock. And there's our first catfish. Like I said, 43 bucks a hit, what we paid for the small cut bait. So we'll get him back in there real quick. And you just stay here during the peak. Not a little far, we'll drop him in there. And you keep fishing them. Now let's take a little bit of time here to talk about this license stuff. Okay, this becomes a matter of math. Okay, if you don't have the license, you can't keep the spotted bass. However, go ahead and fish them. Here's what I tell you. When you catch these spotted bass, they may be $125, $145. As long as it's over the $100 fine, you're making money. So if you catch a bass and you haven't had the money to buy the advanced license, you catch one of these spotted bass, let's say it's worth $145, but you're going to get fined $100. That's not necessarily, I mean, you will get the $100 fine, but it's a roll of the dice. You keep the fish, a little screen will come up, it'll say verification process, verifying your fish. Now you have a chance that it'll come back and say, you're good, no penalty. You get the whole $145 at that point. It may come back and say, bang, you've been penalized $100. Okay, so that fish, you only made $25 instead of $125. You still made $25 on the fish. Take the penalty, doesn't matter. Now, you catch a bass and it's only worth $99, you damn sure ain't gonna take it because now you just lost $1. It's all about keeping track of that money. So, if it's up there 145, 175, 125, as long as it's over the $100 fine, you're going to make money on that fish. Go ahead and take the fine. Who cares? Now, this lake, it's nice because it's only $100. You get to some of the other ones, it can be a $2,500 fine. You get over to the canal over there in the Netherlands, and then you're talking $10,000 fines for taking fish. So you don't want to take your chances over there. But here, $100, you're going to catch a fish worth more than $100, so why not? So, and then this honey hole. Let's talk about this. In this honey hole where we're fishing right now, you've got spotted bass. You can catch them on red worms. You've got trophy red ear sunfish, trophy white crappie. Now, trophies, you get a lot of XP for that, and you get a lot of money for that. So this one little hole here with the red worms and the small cut bait, you can catch all these fish because you can catch the actual spotted bass can be caught on red worms too, and you'll catch them here. About the only thing that I haven't caught here on a red worm in this hole would have been the grass pickerel. And like I say, you fish your peaks here off off peaks, you walk the lake with your spinner. And you throw that spoon in them lily pads and you start, that's where you yank up those grass pickerel and that bass. So hopefully this will help. Like I said, it's a grind, so you just kind of put your time in, but you'll make the money. You'll get enough money to where you can then get over to Emerald. Now, Emerald is the first lake that you can get to where you can actually do some good farming, make some good money. You stay a couple of days there, and you can get right back on track. But this Lone Star Lake, you got to farm this lake so you make enough money to get to Emerald. Once you're at Emerald, you can then move forward. You need to go there. The minute you can get to Emerald, you need to plan on an 8-day trip, 9-day trips. Stay there 8 or 9 days, and you will get back on track. So, I hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And you've been fishing with Uncle Buck. We'll catch you in the next one.